One day at a time. One day at a time. This morning was rough.
My dad passed. A week later, more heartbreak and rejection, and I'm still here.
I know everything's going to be okay. I see the signs all the time. I want to remind my fellow humans that are going through this, give yourself grace. Please give yourself grace. And nurture you. You go to nature. You have to show up and be the one that basically parents you. I will feel the feelings, but I will transmute them through my heart.
This is how I move it through me. Welcome to my channel, This Way to Bliss, where I hike and explore and car camp in my hybrid SUV and heal through nature, one hop, skip, and step at a time. Hi, I'm Candace Shea Frazier. This is my story of growing through grief instead of giving up, resetting my nervous system, and breaking my addiction to chaos and confusion. Out here, I found the strength to keep going and the first sparks of balance, bliss, freedom, and fun after the fallout of divorce, loss, betrayal, and abandonment. I have so many adventures to share, so make sure you like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Let's recap last week's episode.
Nothing like nature to put it all back into perspective. Always resets my groove in a snap. Very, very quiet. I don't know why I'm whispering, but Merry Christmas to me.
I quit beating the drum of what wasn't, and then grief tested me. But I kept going.
Ta-da! I did it again. Book number 2 is out.
December 2022 felt like a threshold. I was learning how to stop leaking energy and stop beating the drum of what wasn't, and start becoming the creator of my own reality. And nature helped me remember as well as presence.
She's trying to help me work, or so she thinks.
I'll explain more of what I'm doing here in a little bit.
And yes, she's half in my shirt, half out.
Sometimes healing looks like this: the awe, the play, the movement, the gratitude. That episode's linked above for you. On this episode, everything changed. Massive storms were hitting California. Bomb cyclone, an atmospheric river. All the roads were flooded. There was damage everywhere. My patio got flipped upside down. So I decided to go see it for myself. Just weeks ago, this was completely dry. You can see the 2 different November videos where I hiked this area linked above. It felt like everything was overflowing, inside and out. This month taught me something I couldn't ignore. I had to stop chasing love outside of me and start becoming it for myself.
And we have a problem. The trail has disappeared at Greenwood Creek Access. Ruby Roo.
We'll dive deeper in a moment, but let's explore this bomb cyclone damage first.
I hear a helicopter. So this is Greenwood Creek Access Trail, and as you can see, there looks like destruction came through here, all the way through here. Man, it's like a bomb went off through here. I was literally just here a couple weeks ago. This did not look like this. Well, that's a new log on the trail. Wow. You have a log in a tree? Maybe 2 or maybe 3? gonna have to climb. Well, so much for that trail. Thought I heard people talking. Okay, this is gonna be fun. Uh-oh. I don't know if you noticed that one hill back there was cracks in it too, and I was like, eek. Well, the beach is now the river. Back to my heart, watching my beliefs because they bring peace or steal it. 10 months sober, still showing up. Gratitude and appreciation helped me grow through the grief instead of giving up. Get ready to turn your frown upside down. This journal is the simplest way to shift a negative focus and discover for yourself the benefits to applying the power of positive and intentional living to improve your physical, mental, and spiritual health. For the love of your happiness, grab your copy now. It wasn't just appreciation and gratitude. It was letting myself create and move the grief through me. Art therapy helped me shift out of survival and suffering into a flow and freedom of creation where real joy and bliss lives. Okay, I promised we were going to go deep, so we'll talk about that while I do some painting and you can watch. So this month of January held so much at once. At the end of December 2022, my dad/stepdad had passed away, and I couldn't make it home for the funeral. And you see, that grief wasn't simple. It was layered and very complicated. It was tied to a lot that I was still trying to understand as well as heal from. And just days later, I experienced another loss, an unexpected breakup, a kind of heartbreak where I thought there was still hope, only to have the ground pulled out from under me again. And everything came into question. Not just who hurt me, but what I had been taught love is supposed to feel like.
And I started seeing the pattern more clearly. When people said they loved me, I braced for pain. That belief wasn't new. It was old, childhood old, survival style old. And somewhere in the middle of all of that, I had to ask myself, if I stop letting people in, do I also shut myself out? If I stop trusting love, do I stop trusting me? And that's when the journey changed. This stopped being about getting someone else to love me better and started becoming about learning how to love myself at all. So I painted, I hiked, I wrote, I played, I held my grief with gratitude instead of letting it swallow me whole. Not because it didn't hurt, but because I didn't want to abandon myself inside of all of it. Because the truth is, I didn't know how to love myself without losing myself. And I didn't know how to receive love without bracing for pain. So something had to change. Oh, heart. I did not do that. It did it on its own. Yes. Still kind of thick, so I'm going to take some of this down. And put it. Can I help you, ma'am? Pretty cool. This is what healing looked like for me. Not perfect, not polished, just honest, one brushstroke at a time. It's like my own little starry night, and I really enjoyed this process. I'd honestly encourage you to try it for yourself. And if you feel called to have one of these pieces, they're available by commission. In the middle of all of it, I still had this, 10 months sober, still standing, still choosing appreciation on purpose. But the deeper awareness was I realized I can't keep handing my worth to people who didn't know how to hold it. My kittens knew. They felt it before I had words for it. and they loved me through it anyway.
I love you. Yeah, Mama loves you.
Sometimes healing looked like nervous system medicine with whiskers.
We're making biscuits for Mama.
When I had no words, they reminded me I was still safe to be held.
Oh. Petey girl. I'm trying to film you. Stop touching the phone. Are you giving kisses? Oh, thank you. You're such a sweetie. Oh, goodness. Goodness. Whoop. Whoop. Hi, pretty girl. You're so soft. Yeah. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Ironically, as I record the voiceover for this, I'm in my closet in the bedroom to do so, and this cat right here, Mazzie's on my lap, chilling, like she always is. Just motorboating away.
You wanna make some biscuits too?
Sometimes healing isn't loud. Sometimes it just sounds like this. And slowly, I started finding my way back to myself. Through forgiveness, through fun, through the little moments that reminded me I was still here. Grief didn't erase joy, and heartbreak didn't mean life stopped loving me. There were still hearts, still laughter and wonder, still little reminders that life was asking me to stay and play and have fun and receive and be a portal of love.
Are you cuddling with your pup? You are so pretty. Yeah, you are so pretty. Gorgeous gold eyes. Yeah. Love you, Kyle. Oh. Oh, you guys are so cute. You've always loved Cece Boo Boo. Yeah. Sweet girl. You're almost as big as Cece now. Yeah.
Okay, so I saw someone post about how they don't forgive, they plan revenge. And I'm like, oh, boom, boom. So they're sitting at a lens of life is antagonistic, which is creating suffering. And they actually do have this going on. So they are 100%, they can use the power of positivity and appreciation to get into a space where they can accept, forgive, and become harmonious. I don't know how to make that into a quick blip of an invitation. I thought about, so I'm sorry to hear that. And so it seems you are looking at life through a lens of antagonistic. If you want to learn how to shift that or interested, I can help you ascend out of that state of planning revenge. I don't know. What do you think? A few weeks after the floods, I found myself at Goldbug Mine, which felt fitting because life was asking me to go inward and find my own light. And that's what January was like, dark, uncertain, and underground, but still full of treasure if I was willing to look. $5 an hour.
Hey, look at this one.
This is where you can pan for gold and gemstones. Look, Braylon.
Look, it's frozen. Look how
Gemstones.
thick that ice is.
I know there's ice over here, look.
Oh,
No, this is like in the thing. That's nice.
Nana, can you and me take for the my free?
Oh,
Or
that's all ice too.
Dig for ice.
can we take for the
Oh,
boy?
here,
Free?
look. Dig for ice.
What is Ooh, different kinds we can find.
Uh-huh. It's so pretty here, huh, Braylon? Don't touch up here, though.
Look up here.
Miners call it a drift.
Look up here.
A cave is more nature-made.
This is cool. It's kind of creepy, but kind of cool. Whoa.
How about that?
Oh, look, it looks like a heart. Look.
White streaks of rock that go up over our heads. Up here.
Look. B. This is what they used to do. They used to use these to move through here.
We can't rock that. Does it move?
Whoa. Does it move? No, it's in the ground.
I'm gonna make a fire here.
Let's come have a picnic, B. Let's go do a picnic. 10 out of 10 recommend Gold Bug Mine for an adventure. Even here among the wreckage, there was beauty, and that became the practice, learning to see what was still good without denying what hurt. So I took myself on an adventure, breakfast, and a little hike at the Argonaut Cafe in Coloma. This building was built in 1916 by Charles Schutz for his daughter Daisy when she would come visit. After she passed, it stayed in the family for years and is now part of Marshall Gold Discovery State Historic Park. And I love that. Something built for connection, still being used that way today. In Coloma, this little cafe sits at the heart of where history was made. Argonaut Cafe gets its name from the Argonauts, the gold seekers of 1849 who came chasing dreams of gold and the new life. Got me some Lotus Love and some avocado toast. Only now, instead of striking gold in the river, which you actually still can do, people come here to slow down, connect, and nourish something a little deeper. Because just steps away from here is the exact place where everything changed. This is Coloma, a once booming gold rush town, now a quiet, historic valley. Back in 1848, James Marshall found gold right here along the American River, and that single discovery sparked the California Gold Rush. Within a year, tens of thousands of people flooded into California chasing that same dream, and this peaceful little place became the center of it all. Today, most of it is preserved as Marshall Gold Discovery State Historic Park, where you can still walk the same ground, stand where gold was first found, and even try your hand at panning in the river, which you'll see in a moment. You know, it's wild to think that people once came here searching for gold in the dirt, and now we come here searching for something just as valuable: peace, clarity, and a way back to ourselves. And you know, I've got some nerdy little fun facts, like Coloma was originally called Coloma, which means beautiful valley. And ironically, the man who discovered gold here never actually got rich from it. Oh, see the woods in the shape of a heart. Okay, so I'm doing what I instinctively always do when things get overwhelming emotionally. I go to nature and I nurture. Got some nice tea from Argonaut Cafe. Some delicious avocado toast. Look at this. This is Coloma Marshall Gold Discovery Park. And this is the famous Coloma Bridge, which not too long ago, this river, as you can see, flooded all of this because it was 2 inches below that bridge. Bam. So I'm gonna keep walking.
And at its peak, over 300,000 people came to California during this gold rush. And today, most of the town is actually part of the state park, with only a few hundred residents left.
Want to pay for some gold? You really can, but in the summertime. Let's see. Where do we want to go? Wow. You can just see the destruction. I couldn't even imagine. Like, that would be crazy. Hey, it's the river. Shall we watch the raptors go by? Maybe some crazy. It's freaking cold out here. See? Everything will always be okay as long as you follow your heart's desires. Messages are all around you. But are you listening? Are you listening? But anyway. Hey. One day at a time. One day at a time. This morning was rough. Oof. Rough indeed. My emotions up, down, sideways. But I'm definitely seeing the benefit of focusing on what is and being love in that moment and being present and seeing what's good in that present. And not putting any conditions on my happiness, but following my heart's desires. I know everything's going to be okay. I see the signs all the time. But grief is a process. And so I just want to remind my fellow humans that are going through this, give yourself grace. Please give yourself grace. And nurture you. Go to nature. You have to show up and be the one that basically parents you. You know, someone that has no adult parents anymore. It's not like I haven't been doing it my whole life, but it just really hits home. The finality of it all, the totality of it all, the aloneness. But I know I'm not alone, and I know I'm still loved, and I know I'm worthy and wanted, and all of the la-ti-da positive affirmations. But I do understand that your breath can be split in two in that moment. I get it, because in one inhale, things are cool, but on the exhale, it is literally suffocating to where no breath comes back in sometimes. And that's kind of scary. But hence the bridge behind me. The reason I guess I ended up here today is this is what I teach. I teach about be love, be now, and you'll live wow. And the ability to get from survive to thrive, from dysregulated to regulated, from just a hot mess to feeling like you can see how you can create a life that's full of bliss. That bridge is your awareness of what was, what it's here to teach you, and then the shift into accepting it is what it is. You cannot go back and change it, nor can you control what's in front of you any more than what you can change what's behind you. So that bridge is where you transcend this cycle, where you're able to rise out above the part of the mind where the ego lives, and it has all these shoulds and conditions and expectations, and it lacks the higher mind ability to see the purpose in everything, so it takes everything personally. So I'm inviting myself, it's not personal, it's vibrational. It's not personal, it's vibrational. It's not personal, it's vibrational. And take it back to home, to the citadel within. Love you within, and be fully present in all the glory of who you are. And I think this belief that we've been conditioned on, that we need a partner to be happy. I don't know about y'all, but that has certainly created nothing but mother flipping suffering for me. And the belief is really hard to shift from when people say they love also means they're going to hurt. That's a big one. That's the transcending that cycle of pain is I'm going to just be me in my right now, authentically appreciating and living authentic to my highest good for self and all. Seeing the beauty in everything, even all this destruction. And living from an empowered, intentional heart space of just that, be love, be now, live wow. You know, the presence is the present, the gift of right now. That's anxiety's getting too far out behind you, depression's getting too in behind of you. So that only means your option, if you want to transcend that cycle of pain and cross that bridge, is getting into your passion, knowing what your purpose is. And here comes the 2 Canadian geese. Rising with your community, knowing you're not alone. Get with your vibe tribe. Ascend together. Heal. There's a lot of healing going on right now in our human collective, as some people call it, but just global. It's been a rough few years, but it's been a rough many, many, many decades, like lifetimes. 7 behind me, bad. What we're doing right now is going to fix the 7 in front of us. So remember, give yourself grace, and you've got all the grit you need, clearly, if you're still functioning as a human on any level. Even if you're struggling, you give yourself a pat on the back. Remember, there's trillions of cells inside of you celebrating you every moment. It's about time you start turning that energy inward instead of expecting someone else outside to do all that. Because it's all going on inside anyway. Why don't you join the party in there? I know, like I said, my morning started out really rough. I was really struggling. My view of life was rough. Hopeless. I went back down the rabbit hole of not feeling good enough again. I'm like, wait. This doesn't mean what I'm trying to make it to mean. And so, wait, let's get refocused, get grounded. And if someone came to me and I was going to potentially be their coach, what would I tell them to do? So I just took what the advice is I would give someone that's feeling this way. And yeah, made it happen. Because each person's blitzed life looks different, but it really does come down to the 3 principles of when you're being loved in your every now, you will live wow. So with that, lots more to come, and how to get from A to Z each day. I will be trying to share as much as that as possible. I will definitely unfold a whole bunch of it in the next book. And just keep taking those breaths and just remember that everything is always working out for you. Even if your ego is screaming at you that you are a victim, remember, victory comes when you're just here in the now. Their life is always full of wow, no matter what's in it. You know, if there's stuff that's like fertilizer, well, use it. Lemons in a lemonade, fertilizer to help you grow, let it be the miracle grow. But it all starts with the love within, because you're worthy and you are an amazing divine human being. You're not being punished or rewarded. You're being mirrored. What is it that the world is mirroring back to you? For me, it was, I need to stop hijacking my happy, looking for someone outside of me to make me feel whole and complete. And look at the woman in the mirror and love her. And love her hella hard. Give her the things that I sit wishing others would just do for me. I'm quite capable of doing it. So I'm going to be that version of me that I needed when I was little. And I'm just going to spiral up from there every day. I will feel the feelings, but I will transmute them through my heart. So anyway, I just saw a bunch of hearts, so I'm going to take some pictures of them and include them. But remember, be love, be now, live well. I wanted to remind you that grief is love with nowhere to go. So I started giving that love somewhere to land. Me. This is where I came to remember nature doesn't rush you, shame you, or ask you to be over it. It does help you ground and grow through the grief instead of giving up. Yep. Take me to the river. So I did an oh. That's not a song. There's a reason I was to be today. It tells me I'm not where I'm supposed to be. It wasn't really rhyming, but I had to make it rhyme. Wow. This sun looks like a heart. You see that? So this is my favorite place to be. Lotus hen and Hennessy. Can't pronounce the name, but I don't care. 'Cause I'm right where I don't know. Oh, this is where I come to do self-care. And if you don't believe it works, I invite you to give it a try. I promise that nature will give you nurture, but also make you feel kinda high. Oh. Yeah, see, I'm happy, I'm singing. And all I'm doing is standing here by the river, soaking up that good vibes. Soaking up them good vibes. I kissed the sun today, and she kissed me back. My life is full of love. For nothing do I lack. For I kissed the sun today, and she kissed me back. There are so many beautiful trails to explore and beautiful places to picnic by the river. 10 out of 10 recommend a day trip here.
My heart is on fire. I'm gonna let it show. Get lost in a feeling as the skyline is glistening gold. I'm flying free, falling in love with the journey. I'm finding who I'm meant to be. What a great big world, what a wild ride, what a grand adventure. This beautiful, I'm chasing magic, feel the rush on the light. I'm on it, it's calling. This beautiful. Into the unknown, through all the highs and the lows, I'll make a moment and I'll own it. I'll show my colors bright and bold.
I'm going to share a little bit of poetry from the Appreciation and Intention Journal. The completion of it is in there. So this is Torn Heart. When your heart is torn from emotions of hurt and scorn, it is imperative that new beliefs are born. To transform the scorn, be the rose and the thorn, a new oath of alignment sworn, to be metamorphed and reborn. Now, writing poetry is one of the ways that I help move energy through me. And around this time, I had written one called Silent Heartbreak Screams, and I'll share just a little bit with you. Waking up with grief, wishing it was a dream, I sat in disbelief, silencing the quiet screams. But grief is energy, and energy transforms, so I let it flow like a stream and kept creating anyway. Because this is what I was learning. I didn't have to deny the pain to choose gratitude. And I didn't have to bypass heartbreak to become whole. I just had to stop abandoning myself in the middle of it. This was the month I stopped fawning, stopped chasing, and stopped waiting to be chosen. This was the month I started coming home to me. Like I said, poetry was a way for me to work through big emotions. And whatever I couldn't say would come out as poetry. And like the waking up with grief, wishing it was a dream, I really did wish it was a dream. And there was a point where every breath was split in two, wondering what to do. One certain, the other not sure how to keep going. And I was constantly at this point questioning, why does love hurt and always make me cry? Lost in those memories, I was always searching for the why. And the sense of it's so hard to feel joy in the same breath as sadness. And when I couldn't figure that out, I would just pour myself into the immersion of the experience of art therapy and let my inner child just play with the paint and make a mess and not be yelled at for it. Truly a great way to facilitate moving big, heavy emotions through. And you'll notice sometimes color, it's a real thing. And here you can see I'm using a lot of oranges and yellows. So that's the sacral and the solar plexus chakras, which makes sense. No longer chasing love through the sacral and no longer giving away my power through that. I was learning to immerse in that power of those colors, ironically. And it's still something I'm quite immersed in to this day. Mazzy was determined to be close to me, but I was trying to keep her from becoming an orange painted cat because you already are orange, but I don't want you completely orange, kitty cat. And now what you're going to see here is using something I had painted before and wasn't a fan of, and making lemons, or taking lemons and making lemonade with them, I guess you could say.
Let's keep it moment to moment, living on the edge of a dream. I'll wake you up in the
So this was my journey from grief to gratitude, from heartbreak to homecoming, from chasing love to embodying it and choosing myself. And that changed everything.
Candlelight dinner for one and a chick flick on Friday night. Yes, please, and a bubble bath hair.
I appreciate you. If you've made it this far, comment I am love. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your bell notifications so you can traverse the next trail with me. Stay sovereign, self-sourced, and remember,